Well, wouldn't you look at that? It's a lovely day! And it's a lovely day indeed, because I'm playing Eden, and I got a good start! That's the 2 qualifiers that I really need. Owie, be careful. You don't want to just die immediately though, do you? You've got a good start, man, you gotta make use of it. Even though when this video goes up, this will no longer be relevant, but it is also Charity Day. You know, the TF2 Hugs.tf charity event is going on today. As I'm speaking, as I'm recording this, it has ended by the time you're watching, but donations are still open. So hey, if you wanna raise money for a good cause, go to hugs.tf and you know, money for charity. It's tax deductible. It's tax deductible. You can write it off. It's a tax write-off. So if anything, if you don't want the government getting any more of your hard-earned cash and you want it to go to a good cause instead, it's a good idea. I don't like Esau Jr. Much more than I like Plan C, mind you. The only reason I took it is so I never accidentally end up pressing spacebar and dying with Plan C. Because that would be quite unfortunate, to say the least. Let's go in here with Chariot, why not? I have bombs, thankfully. Lovely. That is actually perfect. That soul heart? Perfect. Perfect time for that to show up. But yeah, hope you are having a good day as well. Hope you're having a great old time. It's August now, right? We're more than halfway through summer. Well, halfway through summer. It's the late summer. The past week has been kinda not very summery at all. It's actually been very rainy all day. I saw people even complaining, like neighbors and whatnot, just being like, oh man, it looks like the summer's already ended. IRL friends being like, well, good thing we had our vacation just before this started. Like a bunch of IRL buds were on vacation throughout the last week, and they came back home just in time for all the thunderstorms and just rain all day, gray weather. It's pretty funny. They were having a great time at the ocean, and all of a sudden, weather's shit as soon as they come back home. Snap back to reality, buddy. Enjoy your life like that. Man, I would love a key. I would love getting just some keys in general. Is this what's gonna be happening again? At the end of the day, I literally have no space to complain. I have Spoonbender. It's like one of the best tier effects in the game. Just having a homing to start with is so cool, because look at all my tiers just hitting Monstro while I'm running circles around him. Bro can't even hit me, and I'm hitting every shot. It's kind of funny, actually. Quite something, isn't it? I do not care for Devil Deals, though. I will go for Angel Deals, just because they are more fun to me right now. And I want to commit to that. So that's what I'm gonna do. Simple as. I don't even have to explain myself. I don't have to defend myself. I think at this point, everybody who still actively plays this game and has played it for any appreciable amount of time will understand why I'm going for Angel Deals. They're just better. There's no arguing about it. They're just straight up better. Anyway, secret room right here. Aww, I should probably search a bit longer. Yeah, no, it's obviously on the left here. I don't know why I ever thought it would be anywhere else. What the fuck? Okay, now maybe I was a bit too eager in looking for secret rooms. Yeah, okay, maybe I should have actually checked where they could be. But come on. No keys either? I don't mind having to skip on an item room game. I'm ahead of the curve right now. My stats are great. My, obviously I have homing. Like, I'm doing fine. Just give me a key so I can go alt path, please? Is that too much to ask? Yeah, I probably shouldn't have whiffed finding my secret rooms or something like that, but come on. I guess, hold on. Okay, wait, if this room doesn't pay out with a key, I have a plan. It looks something like this, okay? First of all, check this room out as well. I could play the sack room a little bit. But here's the plan. Here's the plan. Esau Jr. gets flight, right? So what if I were to go in here and maybe not get a key? I got bombs, though. I still can't believe the secret room is not there. That's crazy. It's not up here either. Where the fuck is it then? Is it on this side? It must be. No, it can't be. I'm stupid because I could have checked from here. Oh my god, dude. Alright, well, can't say I didn't try. Best I can do now is play this a bit. It's good money, that's for sure. And then flip again. And, chest with a key in it? Nope. But a black rune and a inverted death card. Okay, well, we gotta go for broke here. It's my only option at this point, is to do this. My only option. Key. Let's go! Okay, okay, brother. We have done it. Now, realistically, I should visit the shop first here. Because there could be a key for sale. If not, I skip the item room. Okay, this is actually, like, ideal. Oh my god. Give me that. I would love Habit here. I would love Habit, but I don't have a spacebar to abuse with it right now, so I'll just get this and this instead. just to keep myself alive a bit longer. Now I can check what's in here. Please don't screw me over. Tears down sucks, but what can you do? I'm sure I'll get some sort of tears cap breaker. They tend to show up. We can also go old path. I cannot believe it. If you had told me this day was never gonna end, guess what? It will never end. I got another key back as well, which, to be fair, I guess I should have come in here beforehand and I wouldn't have to buy the key in the shop. I could have bought habit instead. Look, okay? I did almost the perfect play. It took me 4 minutes to figure out how to get a key on that floor, but it worked out, right? It fucking worked out. So who's the real chump here, huh? It ain't stupid if it worked out. I do need bombs, though. Now I want to blow up that tinted rock. No deal, that's fine. A tears up makes up for the tears down I took. Kind of. At least for the time being. I got keys for days as well, which is lovely, bro. I don't want Ludo. Ah, prayer card is useful at least. Might as well check what's in here. It's not like I will be able to buy anything, but... who knows? God, I'm just getting keys exclusively. It's not stopping. It's never ending. Just exclusively keys. Every single room drop is just a key. God damn. Void this. Tears up and luck up. That's actually tremendous. Do void tears ups don't break the tears cap though, right? They're just incremental. That doesn't undo the tears down I got from experimental treatment. That's a bit annoying, I guess. More keys. More keys for me. And I'm finally getting the bombs as well. Now, I would love to use these to go all path instead of having to crack open tinted rocks, but I think the tinted rocks I stand to gain much more from. On average. Oh my god, dude. How am I getting so many keys on this floor? What's going on? This is all the keys that I didn't get on the first 2 floors. Suddenly showing up. What the fuck? I've gotten like 10, 12 keys on this floor already. Probably like 10. Yeah, I got like 10 keys. What the hell, man? Is this even allowed? Is this legal? A chest. More bombs? Nope, more keys. Of course. And then I think there was another one right over this way, was there not? Let's go. Oh, well, I got a bomb back. Okay, dude, like, obviously the secret room is right here, right? Okay, I was gonna say, this is another one of those where I don't end up finding it at all. That would be very upsetting. Now that I have some money, though, thanks to my secret room, I can actually buy something, and I guess it'll be charged, baby. He's a good friend. Yeah, I'm starting to notice my damage is also falling off a little bit. I have keys for days. I might as well, bro. Oh, I was just complaining about my damage. Thank you. This is actually very helpful. It's the first proper damage up I've gotten. I guess experimental treatment doesn't really count if you're thinking about it, so... yeah. Let's go. More damage. Let's go. Sensor is alright. I have a key to spare. A bomb, I mean, to spare. And I would love the key piece. Do you know what? I did something crazy for an adult male in his mid-20s the other day. I called up a clinic and... well, not called. I wrote an email to a clinic and then they called me back. For a doctor's appointment. I know, it's crazy. Dudes normally don't do this. They normally don't just call up a clinic and are like, hey, can I get a doctor's appointment? But this is it's an eye clinic, it's an eye doc, because I, want to get my eyes checked, right? My left eye, as I've mentioned previously, as per my previous message, has been deteriorating in vision quality for a while. And I've ignored it for the longest time because I either thought it would go away or I just thought not much of it. I was like, this is not debilitating, and it still isn't debilitating to me in any way. But I also noticed that it has gotten significantly worse, and I should probably just get it checked out and probably just need glasses, let's be honest. I'm at the age, I'm in my mid-20s, that's when most people, even if they had good vision up until this point, tend to start maybe developing some eye problems. 20/20 vision is not something most people are blessed with, and I would not consider myself to be separate from the whole in that regard whatsoever. So, yeah. Now, the funny part is, because public healthcare or whatever, and I guess because I didn't tell them that it was urgent or whatever, they called me back the other day. I think yesterday, actually. And we're like, so we got your email, you were looking for an appointment? I was like, yeah. Okay, so we can slot you in on, in December. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess. It's not urgent, I don't really care. But it is funny to me that apparently they're so booked out on routine appointments and checkups or whatever that they have to give me an appointment 4 months in the future. This kind of crazy in my opinion, but I suppose so. If I had called them up and was like, hey, my eyeball is like currently falling out of my eye socket, if I don't get this solved immediately, I will die. Yeah, they probably would have slotted me in sooner. That's public healthcare for you. I'm glad it's nothing urgent. I'm glad I'm not, you know, actually losing vision or going blind on my left eye. It's just things are a little blurrier than they used to be. And, well, worst case, I'd have to get surgery or something for it if it's actually something serious. But even then, I can still see fine for the most part. And it's not like it's worsening my quality of life in any way. So, I'm not worried about it, right? And now you'll get all the Americans being like, see, this is why you need privatized healthcare, where if you pay enough, you will get to the front of the line. Yeah, okay, you can still do that here, man. But at least I don't have to take out a loan. I'd rather live it like this. It's not like this is urgent care, right? Ooh, Magneto. It's not necessarily a crazy item, but it does allow me to get these bombs, so that's already a dub in my books. That's already a dub. It's so over for him. Another deal. Let's go. Give me... Salvation is great. Do I want Rosary more? Okay, so assuming that my tears cap is still 4.5 because of experimental treatment, right? Taking Rosary is not worth it because I will just get HP out of it, so I should take Salvation. I think that's the smarter choice here. Yes, it requires me to get hit to really be useful, but it's also gonna be more useful than a 0.06 tears up and 3 soul hearts. That will then result in me also having to deal with getting the Bible at some point, which is gonna be annoying as hell. So, yeah, I'd rather have it be this way, I think. I think this is the better outcome. But yeah, I guess next up is maybe also getting a doctor's appointment to get my skin checked out, because, little known fact, it's now nowhere near as bad as it used to be, but I still have acne. And I've been trying to use all kinds of different products to deal with that stuff, and nothing has worked. Believe me when I say I've tried a lot of stuff. I have tried a lot of stuff, and simply nothing seems to be able to take it away completely. Sometimes it gets a bit better, sometimes it gets a bit worse. So I guess the next step is, yeah, hit up a skin doctor and be like, hey, like, I know there's all kinds of products, and I've been trying all of them, believe me, for years and years and years, and nothing has really helped. Can you just put me on some antibiotics or whatever shit can, like, solve this once and for all? It's getting a bit annoying, really, if anything. It's just annoying. It doesn't... Again, it's not as egregious. It doesn't look terrible or anything. I'm not too self-conscious about it. A little self-conscious, but not too self-conscious about it. It's just annoying. Because I can't let my beard grow out for too much. Because then, when I let it grow out for too much, it's, well, I can't really apply whatever product I do use under it, and that just makes it worse. The acne just gets way worse. My face is all itchy all the time, and, you know, I sometimes scratch it open, and then I bleed, and it's just kind of annoying. Plus, it's not even my face, right? My scalp gets fucking acne as well. And my chest, it's not just my face. So I think there's a deeper underlying issue here that isn't just, you got a bit of a greasy face or whatever. You got a bit of a dirty face. Nah, man, there's more to it. What is blowing up? Oh, it's one of my wisps, isn't it? One of my wisps is shooting explosive tears, and that is what's blowing up. Oh, a restock machine. In the most annoying position possible. But I guess I can play it because I'm small enough. Brittle Bones. That's a lot of HP I'm sending down the drain, but sure. Why not? Why the hell not? I need to get rid of this wisp. I need to somehow rid myself of it. Can I... Okay, thank you. Now I don't have to worry about the explosive wisp anymore. That's nice, at least. Oh my god. That was so cool. I guess every segment of that chain counts as its own enemy. That's really funny. Unless anybody's got crazy advice for what could help with, basically adult onset acne, then, feel free to let me know, I suppose. But as far as I'm aware, I just gotta wash my face twice a day, to the best of my abilities, and pray it goes away eventually. It is funny to me how I didn't really struggle with it during puberty at all. It kind of just started after puberty. After I was finished with that, my skin was like, oh, by the way, now I'm gonna start going haywire and have like a bunch of red dots all over your face and also chest and also shoulders for some reason. Maybe I just have some sort of allergic reaction that I don't know of. I don't have any allergies I know of, but maybe something in my diet is causing this, right? That's a theory that you could try to troubleshoot, but I don't really want to switch up my diet all that much. I'm not too concerned about it. Oh, hell yeah. Love me Black Candle. So, like, what's a man supposed to do, you know? I'm not gonna start taking one thing at a time out of my rather diverse diet, and then figuring out, oh, maybe it's this food, maybe it's this food. Nah, man, that's annoying as hell. That's why you go to a doc. They just figure that shit out directly, right? That's kind of like their job. Ah, whatever, I'll go in here, man. This is totally worth it. Oh yeah, I didn't have to do that, but I guess I could have gotten the soul heart out of the fire, so maybe it would have been worth it. Never say never. But it is funny, that kind of laissez-faire approach to your health. Like, well, as long as it doesn't kill you, and if it doesn't get any worse, why even bother going to a doctor, right? Why is it that, why are we like that, man? It's not even, like, it's not even that I'm in the US or whatever, right? Where going to a doctor would, drive me to financial ruin or anything like that. Like, I literally just could. It's fucking free. Emperor card. I might just want to use that. Kane's Other Eye is good. With homing, it's especially good. I've never, like, not one-shot this boss before. It's actually quite the thing to be able to see all the attacks. Okay, like, I didn't know he does that. Whatever, he's dead. Wow, all that for an HP upgrade. Pog. It's an extra item I wouldn't have had otherwise, so who am I to complain? God, Salvation is such a good... I'm so glad I took it over Rosary. I really made the right call on that one. I've been going down a lot lately, but I do have a ton of HP, so I should continue going downwards and... Ew! Nasty, that one. I guess to bring it back around, just because, you know, it's going through my head right now. Dude's not going to the doctor. I think it's just... A lot of people, myself included, like to think we're separate from the whole. Oh, I'm built different, I'm built different. And in many ways you are. Everybody's unique, right? Everybody's got different experiences that separate them from the average person, separate them from the whole. But you're not separate from the whole in that regard. There are things that you think will never happen to you, they'll happen to you. You think you're a great driver, you're never gonna get into a car crash? Well, all it takes is one lapse of judgment, maybe you didn't sleep enough for one day, and boom, there you go. Got yourself into a little car crash. It doesn't even necessarily have to be anything severe, anything lethal, right? I'm just saying, never had a fender bender? Well, it's just a matter of time. It will happen eventually. Even the most flawless of drivers eventually have a little bit of a mishap. It just happens. I thought I was a great driver for my first few years of driving. Never had any sort of problems. And then my first day of uni, after going into the introductory day and stuff like that, it was a long day, driving home at like 6 p.m. There's a roundabout. And it's to be fair, it's a terribly built roundabout in the city that my uni is in. Where there's basically an exit and an entrance, well, two exits, I guess, to the roundabout, two roads. Like almost a V shape, they're very close to each other. I'm probably just gonna like have to draw this on screen to like really represent what I mean. But I was in the left one of those, and then somebody pulled out of the roundabout into the one right next to me. And there's also a pedestrian crossing right there, so... As I was waiting for a long time in that roundabout to finally enter, I saw a dude pulling in next to me. I was like, now's my chance, there's nobody else behind him. So I wanted to quickly pull in, but I neglected to see or check whether he had to wait for pedestrians to cross. Which he did, and thus I ended up accidentally running into his side a little bit. It wasn't a big thing, it was just a little fender bender. Insurance covered all of it, etc, etc. But, you know, as you get in a car crash like that. You think you're separate from the whole, you think you're a great attentive driver, and then you have something like that. It just happens. There's little you can do about it. Or that story I've told once where I was, where I almost managed to probably total my car and my life on the Autobahn once, which was also a very funny story because it was a... I love telling the story, it's really funny because obviously I lived, bitch, so it doesn't matter, right? But it was a cold winter day, icy roads, so you're already setting the scene with that, right? I had to pick up my dad from some sort of doctor's appointment that he was at. And it was like the middle of the day as well. It wasn't even like early morning or whatever. Just driving my car leisurely as you would. Maybe a little bit too quick considering roads were still a little bit icy. So I was on the on-ramp to the Autobahn. I was like, surely there's not going to be that much ice on the road. This is the Autobahn. They usually cleared out at least. Well, that on-ramp wasn't very cleared though. It had snowed just a few hours prior, so... You know, a bit ambitious of myself. Take that on-ramp way too quickly as I do the turn, and as I'm about to straighten out my car to merge, I feel the rear slip a little bit. Now that was a front-wheel drive car, so if you're starting to slip in a front-wheel drive car, that's probably worse than a rear-wheel drive car, because at least in a rear-wheel drive car it's fun. In a front-wheel drive car you're kind of just like praying you don't die. Now losing control of your car like that in and of itself, not necessarily a problem if the road is empty. Unfortunately, just as I was getting into the merging lane, there was a fucking truck, like a big old semi-truck right next to me. Well, left next to me, I guess. So the fact that I didn't end up completely losing control and sliding under it and probably pancaking my car and myself is a damn miracle. And by a damn miracle, I mean the ingenuity of the human spirit managing to persist and me managing to regain control of my car because I was only barely slipping and it was just about fine, but still. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm not separate from the whole. I'm not like a crazy good driver, because I almost got into a fatal accident, and managed to just about get off unscathed, but man, it was quite the adrenaline rush. But also, I am separate from the whole because I managed to stave it off. If I was not as good of a driver as I am, well, I probably would have died. Like, I'm not a great enough driver to avoid getting in that situation in the first place, but I am a great enough driver to get myself out of it once I'm in the situation. I don't know if that's the average or not. It is a funny study, I read this once, that like 80% of drivers think that they are above average at driving. Which is obviously like an oxymoron, right? It is contradictory. It's a contradictory statement. You can't have more than the average amount of people say that they think they're above average. If half of people thought they were above average, that would be a perfectly normal statement to make. But 80% of people thinking they're above average, yeah, that explains a lot of, well, the behavior you see on the road, I guess. There's a lot of crazy people out there, man. People that are just way too eager to cut you off or merge a lane real quickly. I'm not saying I've never done it. Usually out of just genuine mistake. Cutting somebody off, if I happen to do it, is out of genuine mistake. It's not because I'm trying to be an asshole or trying to save 2 seconds of my lifetime, or something like that. A lot of people do drive like that. They're just aggressively driving like that. You're trying your absolute best to just overtake a car. You're already going like 20 above the speed limit. You're just trying your absolute hardest to overtake a car in the leftmost fast lane. And then you've got a fucking black BMW pulling up behind you, basically hitting you bumper to bumper, starting to flash those high beams, being like, hey, motherfucker, if you don't move over within 2 seconds, I'm gonna kill both of us. It happens, right? Somehow you're driving like 20 kilometers above the speed limit, 20 kilometers per hour above the speed limit in the leftmost lane on the Autobahn, and you're gonna have a white delivery van, like a white Amazon van, fucking tailgating you. They're usually chill about it though. They don't flash their beams or whatever. They're just tailgating you. They're letting you know like, hey, I got deliveries to make, which is completely fair because that profession is fucked. like the deliveries and the targets they have to hit are absolutely absurd. But they are still tailgating you a little bit, which is scary sometimes. Because nobody likes seeing somebody else's headlights directly in your rearview mirror. Or window for that matter. So, yeah. But people like that do be existing. And yet there's people advocating for speed limits on the Autobahn, as if that would solve anything. It is funny, I don't know if I've talked about this before, but there are people that advocate, sincerely advocate to have speed limits on the Autobahn, and not just speed limits in line with other countries, like 130 kilometers per hour or something like that, right? They're like, we should take it down to 80. People shouldn't be allowed to drive more than 80 kilometers. I think that's like 60, that's like probably like 50 miles an hour or something, for comparison. For the Americans, I'm gonna be courteous for once. I'll save you the trouble. It's trippy when I went like 45 to 50 miles an hour. And I'm just like, that's insane. Why would you do that? They always argue, well, it's to make the streets safer. And it's to stop emissions and stuff. The biggest cope is stopping emissions, which, fair enough, but also, the individual can do so little to help in that regard. That's a whole different kind of worms. If you really want to, stop climate change, you gotta start regulating corporations. Stop using coal, shit like that. Just making people drive slower ain't gonna solve that much. People should drive as fast as traffic flow allows, right? That's the philosophy behind the Autobahn for most sections. The second thing is, most sections of the Autobahn already have speed limits. The majority of the roads they already have speed limits because the road doesn't allow it. They are too curvy, they are too, not wide enough, there's too few lanes, or there's a ton of construction going on all the time. Probably like 80% of the zones that where there's speed limits are just because of construction, right? So you can't speed as much as you'd like to anyway. And then the biggest cope is, oh, it makes it safer. There's less fatal accidents. Bro, it doesn't matter if you're going 80 kilometers an hour or 200. If you hit a fucking pole on the side of the road, you're probably dead. If you're going that fast. The speed doesn't matter anymore. If you want to get into a car crash and not die, you have to be going below 50 kilometers an hour. Which is, what you drive in the city. And even then, if you hit a pedestrian going 50, you're probably still killing at least the pedestrian. So having the cope, oh, we need to stop people speeding at 200 kilometers an hour to make the streets safer. That doesn't make a difference. They would die anyway, even if they're going 100. If you get in a bad enough car crash, it doesn't matter what speed you're at. If you hit a pole going 100, it's not as bad as hitting a pole going 200, but it's still bad regardless. You're in a bad situation either way, you know? You know what I'm trying to say? I think it's not a good argument. I think it's a weak argument. It doesn't make sense. So, basically, just let me drive fast. I don't even have a car that can go that fast. Anyway, that's the next thing. Most people don't even drive cars that can go that fast. And if you don't want to drive fast, if you want to be fuel efficient and you want to be, you know, cheaper, economical and stuff, you can just drive in the right lane. Nobody's stopping you. If you want to drive 80 and just be trading semi-trucks all day, go ahead, right? Just leave the left lane free for the people that actually have places to be or want to go a little bit faster. There's no downside. I can't think of a reasonable downside to having no speed limits. If anything, it helps the economy. Delivery drivers can get to places they need to go to faster. In general, like, you know, traffic flows better, etc, etc. It's good for the economy. I don't know, maybe I'm just stupid. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm no engineer, I'm no traffic engineer, I'm no politician. I don't know anything, right? I'm just spitballing. I just know what I like, what I think are good things to do, and what are silly things to do, and I agree with the good things more than I agree with the silly things. But yeah, nobody's really separate from the whole, man. Everybody's got to put up with adversity or bad things happening to them every once in a while, even if you think you consider yourself separate, nothing affects you, nothing phases you. Nah, man. I'm not even trying to say you should necessarily expect adversity to hit you in every way. I'm just trying to say you shouldn't expect it to not hit you. You should be appropriately prepared for perhaps bad outcomes in life to sometimes happen, because they probably will. I'm not saying all the time, but they will happen sometimes. What a downer, huh? Let's get on a more positive note. This Isaac run is kind of good. It's not crazy, but it's a good Isaac run, man. I'm loving it. I'm just loving the idea of a casually good Isaac run. Nothing crazy. Didn't even get a Q4, I'm pretty sure. Man, this is gonna take forever. Yeah, I should get salvation in there. I'm actually so small that he can't hit me. His tears are just flying over my head. That's really funny. Well, you come here often? Lovely weather today, right? I'm just getting salvation to go off on him, and yep, he's dead. There you go. Anyway, that's the run. Would you look at that? It's been lovely. Hope you've enjoyed yourself as much as I have, and I will catch you again once more in the other time, aka next video tomorrow. I don't know what kind of zest I was trying to put on this. Anyway, see ya.